So, yesterday in my previous video, in the comment section below, you'll see that Cowboy X Factor said, "Hey Jeff, why don't you rebut Adam Rank?" And so we are. So with no further ado, let's get into the courtroom and rebut his record predictions for all 32 teams, because it really is that bad.
OTR.
So if you guys didn't know who Adam Rank is, he's a comedian. He does a lot of his work for NFL Network. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of work. And, you know, he's basically a super fan. He's like a Frank Caliendo back in the day. And I have no problems with comedians being super fans, but you have to do a little bit of an educated guess here. And this is what I mean by sports pundits being lazy. This was a laziness by Adam Rank. He did a horrible job predicting the records of all 32 teams. I think he could do a little bit better job. You know, it took me about an hour of research to really do this video, sit down and go through it, and he just did a terrible job. So quickly, I'm going to list off all 32 teams and the records he predicted. Cleveland 10-6, Bengals 3-13, Ravens 9-7, Pitt 9-7, KC 12-4, Raiders 8-8, Chargers 11-5, Broncos 2-14, Patriots 3-13, Bills 8-8, Jets 3-13, Miami 3-13, Colts 12-4, Texans 9-7, Titans 3-13, Jags 11-5, Giants 5-11, Eagles 3-13, 12-4, 49ers 3-13. Arizona 3-13, Saints 12-4, Falcons 11-5, Carolina 8-8, Tampa 4-12, Packers 12-4, Vikings 5-11, Detroit 4-12, and Bears 3-13, or 13-3, I should say. And to me, he just did a terrible job, because if you break it down by record, he had 6 teams going 3-13. That's ridiculous, because there's only been 4 teams of the record of 3-13. One being the Giants in the last 3 seasons. 2016, 2017, 2017, 2018, and 2018, 2019. He has 2 teams going 2-14. Even that is ridiculous, because you have so many teams going 3-13. There's only been 1 team of the record of 2-14 in the last 3 seasons. Obviously, you have the Browns going 0-16 and 1-15. But I digress there. He has 3 teams at 3-13, 2 teams at 10-6, 3 teams at 9-7, 6 teams at 12-4, which I think is ridiculous, because there's only been 4 teams, if I'm doing this correctly, with the record of 12-4 in the last 3 seasons. Now, that's not even my biggest gripe. He has 3 teams at 8-8, which is fine. 3 teams with 11-5, that's fine. 2 teams 5-11, that's fine. 2 teams 4-12, that's fine. But he has 0 teams with a record of 6-10. There's been 9 in the last 3 seasons. That's an average of 3 per season. He has 0 teams with a record of 7-9. There's been 11 in the last 3 seasons. This is just lazy. This is what I mean. Sports pundits are lazy. They just go in front of a camera, speak their mind. And I can understand if he was being funny during this segment, or they did more of like a lighthearted comedy segment with him. But no, he was being dead serious when he did all of this. And I am hard pressed to believe that he just went in front of a camera and recorded for an hour or 2. They took all this film footage and threw it up on NFL Network. No, I don't believe that for a second. You're going to do a little bit of research. I took an hour to do the research I did just to rebut him, and could have done a better job predicting records. And if you're going to predict records, you've got to look at all the NFL schedule, which he obviously did, and decide for each team before you go on camera. So to me, I think this is totally and utterly ridiculous. It's sad. NFL Network needs to do a better job. Adam Rank shouldn't be the guy doing this. Hell, ESPN had Bucky Brooks doing theirs, or not Bucky Brooks. That is NFL Network. Louis Riddick. My apologies. Doing theirs. At least he did a better job. Now, I'm not always going to totally agree with these pundits. I might have gripes here and there, but he did such a bad job. I just had to point it out. And thanks to Cowboy X Factor for pointing this out to me. Shout out to you, my friend. And I'll leave Adam Rank's video in the description if you guys are curious to listen to yourself. I seriously doubt you're going to. The video had 4.6 dislikes on it to 4.9 K likes. To me, it's just sad. Either way, guys, what are your thoughts on Adam Rank? How well he did? I think he did terrible. Maybe you guys think he did well. I don't know. Either way, it's been One Giant Rebuttal. Please like and subscribe, and go Big Blue.